There is. Well, we're live. I'm ready. I've got all my... yes, because I haven't finished... Have you? I'm going to finish one of the games because I want my game to be finished. Otherwise, it's not Game of the Year, is it? Well, I can't finish that, can I? I won't finish that till next year. Yeah. Right, actually, I'm just going to move the nameplate slightly like that. What's he laugh? What's that? Oh, I've only just put the bloody things on. Right, hang on. You've just moved around, everyone. Hang on. Right. We are... Yeah, we're live on Twitch. Go on, say. Oh, whoops! I haven't got you again.
Yeah, we'll get to that, won't we? That's on the docket for today. Don't worry. Don't worry, Ian. We'll get to that.
Right, we're going to put that down to there. Right,
All right.
okay.
All right. So I'm sending the tweet out.
Yep, send the
so
tweet
obviously, anyone watching us now is getting a little bonus Easter egg.
Well,
he forced me to do it.
To be fair, they didn't hear you because I didn't have my desktop audio, so they can hear you. They can hear you now.
Hi, you missed out. You didn't miss out. We didn't say anything offensive.
Oh.
Shall I start recording, by the way?
No, not yet. I'll give you the nod.
Give you the old finger waggle.
Listen, I am so happy of all the stuff I've made. So look, are you guys watching on?
You moved the room around again? Or was that imagination?
No, we've got a guest staying
Yeah,
indefinitely. So are you guys watching on Twitch? Have a quick look, and I'll show you some of my my awesome.
Go on then. I've got it up.
I'm too angry.
Ready?
My email.
So we have the starting soon scene, which is just kicking in now. Hopefully, depending how far you're delayed.
Yep, starting soon in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Okay, and then
it's got a proper countdown, has it? Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Check you out.
And then we've got the little intro. Now this should kick in, or does it? Oh, it doesn't. No. So it was meant to kick into this. There you go. No, we haven't started. Don't record.
I mean, just literally.
So did you see the little swirly, twitchy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm well happy with what I've done.
Fancy.
Yeah. And then right, and I might move these over here because that will then hide our names.
Get that up there, am I?
Quite delayed compared to when I take it, and then I see something there.
Yes, I'm thought about it's the Twitch for you.
Yeah,
It's a couple of.
Oh, don't, no.
about 10 seconds,
move it back. Move it back.
Move it back.
Yeah. Because the green should stay with the green, I think.
Do you like it like that?
I think that looks weird.
What, off?
I think it should go to the white like I had before.
Where am I going? Back here for you?
Yeah. That's better, isn't it? So
yeah, that's what I thought.
Each in one corner rather than in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
I was just trying to get it out of the way of the word seventh. I might have to shrink yours down.
We'll just move it to the right like I had before.
Let's move out. I'm using my keys.
If you have it in the right, it won't be anywhere near the
See if I can.
Well, that's where I was going to put it.
Fit.
Where do you want it?
You've put it above the word seventh. Put it on the right-hand side.
So, like that?
It's in the middle, in the right.
Yeah, hang on. Give it
Jeez,
the
there's a
10
delay. You
seconds.
said it
where-
yourself, you sulky bastard.
Oh,
Yeah, so we'll have it in the corners, like
You want it like
you-
that?
yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
and
Let me, whoops.
There's a delay.
Let me just move my one across. Right, there you go.
I saw that.
Right, okay, that's it. We're done. I'm not playing with it no more. Right, you guys ready?
But yours is not on the right hand side.
I've just moved it.
Oh, the delay. Sorry.
Yes.
come on, Mr. Tech Whiz, what are you doing?
So
You know
it's
what?
I forget about delays.
I'm getting raging here.
We can't all keep up with your rapid speed, can we?
Right, okay,
All
you
right,
ready?
Grandpa, calm down.
Right, Ian, if you don't mind pressing record, I'm going to hit the button now, okay? So, 3, 2, 1, and let's go.
Smash. Hello, welcome back to Xbox Tavern's podcast, episode 7. We're back again on Sunday night. What a wonderful weekend it's been so far. Hello again, Graham,
Hello.
Dan,
Hello.
and Ian.
Hello.
Have we had a wonderful weekend so far, gentlemen?
It was good until we started this.
In case you missed the early bit of the stream, Ian's been the front of most of the abuse so far. So we might as well carry that on for the whole show,
Oh, definitely.
as usual. All right, so we got a few topics to go through today, but we thought just before we get started, do a little bit of plug-in, a bit of promotion. Obviously, every week we stream this live on Twitch, and then the archive version will go up on YouTube the next day. So if you want to pop along, watch us live next day-ish, pop along and say hello on Twitch and say it while we're live, or leave a comment on the YouTube channel. That'd be great. Obviously, the audio as well goes on podcast services around the globe. So no matter where you listen, whether it be Apple Podcasts or Google, I don't think the Google Podcasts even exists anymore, does it? But whatever service you use, have a listen, give us a rate, a thumbs up, a subscribe, a review, whatever you can do to big us up and make Ian feel a bit happier than he is right now. That'd be good.
Minecraft, I'm off years.
What?
Someone playing Minecraft in the background.
There is someone playing Minecraft next to me here.
It's crazy that I noticed Minecraft just from that little bit.
Derailed.
Derailed it. My excuse.
And yeah, just generally, just pop along. We've got obviously the website xboxtavern.com, YouTube channel Xbox Tavern Official, Twitter at Xbox Tavern. Basically, just pop into Google or ask Jeeves Xbox Tavern, and you'll find what you'll find us. And yeah, any likes and subscribes and all that you can do, wonderful. Thank you very much. That'll make our Christmas. It's nearly Christmas. I can't believe it's nearly Christmas already.
Oh, mental, isn't
Ian,
it?
Ian, show us your jumper again.
Yeah, way about
Oh,
that beautiful.
I've got the tree here, Jay.
yeah, I know, but I'd just like to wind Ian up.
This
Are
hot
we all
sauce
ready for
coloured jumper.
Christmas? Are we all ready? Ian, are you ready? Have you
Yep.
wrapped up and prepared?
Not wrapping. No, I haven't wrapped anything, but I'm bought my presents.
That's all right then. What have you got me?
Oh, you'll see.
You're off. Have I got to put the blindfold on again and
Well,
turn
feel
the
it.
lights off?
Put your hand in this box and tell me what you feel.
Oh, God.
And we're off to a cracking start again. Graham, you ready?
Oh,
prepared?
prepared? Yeah. A lot of stuff wrapped. There's only a few minor bits left. And yeah, definitely getting there.
Good. And Dan?
We're getting there. It's wrapping now. That's the issue. And my son's birthday's 3 days before Christmas, so that
nice.
doesn't help.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's always a fun time. You got someone's birthday right in the run up to Christmas.
Yeah.
Or just after Christmas or what have you. Cool. Well, soon enough it'll be over and we can forget about it. So don't worry about it. Grinch for life. All right. So should we get straight into it, lads?
Let's go.
Dirt.
Yes. Energy. Prepared. Sunday night. Let's go. So let's just start by discussing Halo, shall we? Everyone's favourite topic. I know you're all big fans of Halo. Mostly.
ODST.
Oh,
Right,
ODST brilliant.
I understand Graham's favourite Halo is ODST. He just won't admit
ODST
it.
is great, and then he just doesn't want to admit it.
It is. I think it's the best one. The best
Yeah.
single player campaign. That might be a bit of a controversial, but I think
Yeah.
me and you might be outnumbered a bit there, Ian. But
I
think,
liked
yeah,
ODST. It was good.
yeah, no, it's bloody brilliant.
Oh, right, yeah.
It was all right. It was just the fact it made me play the same bit of the story 3 times. I didn't realize what was going on, and it made me rage. I was like, I swear I've seen this bit before.
Have I done this
Keep
one
coming.
before?
Yeah, and I wasn't progressing, so it drove me nuts.
But it's the most different one out of the lot, isn't it? So,
Yeah, I
it's,
know.
it's
I
got a
get
bit
it.
of a different theme and the music is incredible. It's probably my favorite soundtrack out of the Halo series as well so far.
What is your favorite Halo?
My favorite, despite what I just said, that ODST is probably my favorite campaign. I think probably 2 is my favorite one for overall, like including the multiplayer and stuff.
I mean, that is
Yeah.
the right answer is 2. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
2,
no
yeah.
other answer to that.
Yeah, I mean the campaign on that kind of hit a bit of a dead end, but it was
Surprising because that's normally some sequels are always quite weak, but
Yeah.
as a sequel, that's probably one of the better ones, if anything better.
Yeah, like 4.
No, we don't need to worry about 4 or 5 to be honest.
5 is-
especially not the campaign. The multiplayer in 5 is awesome, but the
I
campaign,
can't remember 5's campaign.
No.
Wasn't it like another guy?
yeah, you play Locke, Sergeant
Yeah, that was
Locke,
it.
who's sort of chasing down Master Chief, and yeah, it was just a bit naff, really.
Small
But the
snippets
multiplayer
of
was
his
good.
campaign, wasn't it? Of Master Chief. I think you got like a level
Yeah, they like
every.
bounce back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it all sort of wrapped up with, well, spoilers here, but it all sort of wrapped up with
Spoilers.
with Cortana going a bit mad, and then it was like to be continued almost. And now it seems like they're not bothering. Speaking of which, they're not bothering to continue it. Halo Infinite has been delayed, obviously. Should have been out launch with Xbox Series X. Got delayed a month or so beforehand, I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we sort of gone quiet. No one's really mentioned anything since. But until what date was it? The 12th? Yesterday. Near enough.
8th of December.
8th. Oh, sorry, I'm reading this backwards, isn't it? American dates. That's no good, is it? Yes, the 8th of December. A lovely man named Joseph Staten, who basically was one of the original Halo creators at Bungie. He left to do other bits and pieces around the industry, and now he's been brought back to help try and finish off Infinite. He put up a blog post with some of the other members of the team talking about what they're looking to change, what they're looking to improve, and probably the main headline, really, I guess, is that it's now coming out in fall of next year. So effectively a year delay, which I think many of us expected, but there were a lot of people hoping for sort of March, April time, which was hoping a bit considering the issues that people had with it.
It would have been nice to have a summer release, but I think this is a different type of. They're playing, not a game is the wrong word, but I think they're playing the kind of the second wind of console launches or console pushes, I should say.
Yeah, well, yeah, it'd be the first major holiday, wouldn't it, after the launch, really?
Yeah.
So, this year they're sort of held back by not being able to fulfill orders and stuff like that. Whereas, hopefully by next year, they should be flying, really.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like a Halo edition Xbox.
Oh yeah,
come with the game.
absolutely. Or even well, probably not like a revision of a console, but yeah, definitely some sort of collector's edition or special edition, like you said. But yeah, so is anyone surprised other than, Dan said some of anyone else thinking that we might have got a bit earlier, or were you all thinking perhaps the end of next year?
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I was thinking more like, no, when they said obviously we come out next year, I didn't think it'd be early. I imagined, especially when they've heard all the stories about people leaving and the bugs and stuff, you thought, yeah, it's going to be pushed quite late on. And it probably is the fall next year is probably the better time to do it, because that's normally all the big games come out and the big sales and the Christmas rush. So it does kind of fall into make sense that it is around that time. The worst thing is now is because now they said fall, is if they delay it again, that's where it could become an issue.
I don't think they can pushing it back a year is one thing, but then pushing it back again once you get nearer to that time. Halo's already kind of on the downward spiral after the last couple of games anyway. So yeah, that's not going to be a good sign for it. You got any thoughts, Grayman?
Yeah, well, considering of other recent high-profile releases of releasing anything that's buggy or glitchy, yeah, I think you need to be very careful. when you release it and make sure it is fully working. So I think people are getting a bit bored of broken day one releases.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, this gives them a chance to bring out like a multiplayer beta or something in the summer as well, doesn't it? To get that out a bit early and
Another battle
test
royale to enjoy.
We don't want a battle royale. We talked about this before. No battle royale. No battle royale. Just straight out multiplayer. Dan, you got any other thoughts on this?
So, like I said, I think now that they've pushed it, there's possibly a more concrete roadmap or a theory that they're going by. And as you kind of nailed it, a demo or some sort of multiplayer tease come summertime just to get that hype train started again. And then I'm sure we're going to see this come September, November time. And then potentially some sort of special edition Halo console, which would be quite nice.
Well, November 21 is 20 years of Halo, isn't it? It's the 20th anniversary of the first Halo. So I wouldn't be surprised if they tie that in to somehow sort of, doing some sort of well, they wouldn't do a re-release, I suppose, of the Master, because they've already done the Master Chief Collection, but tying that whole celebration in with and capping it off with the release of Infinite.
Yeah, and then it gives them that boost for more console sales, and theoretically, touch wood, we might be kind of seeing the back end of coronavirus. So I'm sure they will have some consoles to actually sell.
Yeah, you'd be able to walk into a store and pick one up as opposed to refresh your browser for 25 minutes and fail to get one. Yeah.
Yeah, or go on eBay and get bent over.
Yeah, I might know someone who just did that recently, and
no way.
What a fool! What he didn't pay too much more. It was only about 100 odd quid, but still, it was
ouch.
Yeah. But never, he wanted to. He got the money. Why not?
Well, yeah, he's got his console, so
exactly. If people got the money, that's when they know they can do it.
Yeah. Did anyone check out the rest of the posts? I haven't properly read it just now, but they put some new screenshot up. Put the first multiplayer map screenshot up, some weapons and some armor and stuff. Anyone had a look at any of that?
I'm just trailing through it now, but I haven't read it. But it's looking a lot crisper and finer than the trailer we saw. But then I suppose that's easily done, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, in these still screenshots that they've got of concept art and work in progress, it's probably easier to make it look a bit nicer than a 5-minute gameplay trailer.
Yeah, but it's interesting they're putting concept art or saying that it may slightly change because they dropped the ball when they released that. God, how long ago now was that? Back in the summer.
Back in June, wasn't it?
Yeah,
June, July.
Yes, but yeah,
Did say at the top.
It's looking good. It is looking it is looking good. So quite excited.
Yeah, I mean, although it doesn't show a lot, the multiplayer map, the screenshot they have shown do look like a sort of more traditional Halo map. So not like a massive open level or open world type thing. It's like a contained arena. Yeah, which is perfect really for Halo.
It looks like that map on Halo 3. I can't think of the one where you're inside. You've got those 2 levels, and you go down the ramp, and then you can fight in the pit, and then come up, and you've got it's like it wasn't cylindrical, but it was almost cylindrical. I can't think of the map name. Was it called the Pit?
Oh,
there was one called the Pit, but I don't think that's the one you're describing.
I was like, is he calling one the Pit?
The Zanzibar map?
I can't even think what it was.
No, that was Halo 2. That was the one we waited 4 hours to play, Greg. Zanzibar. Take it. Oh yeah. See again, Halo 2. We and Graham went. I can't remember the name of the event it was, but we went to London, went in that big fucking triangle building, a pyramid building, and we waited 4 hours to play Halo 2. We had a 10-minute game, and we had to watch the same trailer for 10. It was like a 10-minute trailer, wasn't it? Over and over and over.
Yeah, everyone cheered when it got ripped out.
Yeah, some guy climbed up there and just ripped the cables out, and everyone was like, "Whoa!" Because it was so
the most infuriating voice.
To go, take it. Every time he shot the guy with a rocket launcher, take it.
Oh my god.
Yes, annoying, but again, great game.
Someone climbed up and took it off.
Yeah, pulled the power out of it.
I've just ripped the cable out of the back of it.
And then queued up nicely.
I don't think they bothered putting it back on either, did they? They just
No.
left it off.
They
It's
saw
very
the
annoying then.
fury.
Yeah, everyone cheering. Like, okay, we'll leave it off.
Oh.
You
See,
built
it's
the
like-
hype now. Let's not build fury and
They
bloodlust.
literally it just went up to hype and then back down again when they just overdid it. So they go on talking about their not live service, but their ideas for the ongoing experience type thing, and they talk about the art and all that stuff they're going to improve. I just hope that they can pull it off really, because as I said, Halo needs to come back to its former glory. I mean, when Halo 3 came out, it was like one of the biggest entertainment launches in the world, wasn't it? And then Halo 4 come out, Halo 5 come out, and it kind of just happened.
Slowly.
I barely even bought Halo 5. I think I pre-ordered it the day before it came out, just because I sort of caved, but I wasn't really all that interested really.
I
After
think I
4,
rented it and then it came to Game Pass.
yeah, exactly. And now Game Pass, once they release this in Game Pass, got no excuse, have you? No need to worry about getting a midnight launch. Just get it pre-installed and 12:01. Let's get some going. Let's get some gaming.
No, set your console to New Zealand time, and you're.
I can't believe that worked.
We don't want
I
it.
didn't actually try it, but so many people tried it and it seemed
Yeah.
to work.
Crazy, isn't it?
The tips and tricks, eh? The way you can get around things. Cool. All right. Anything else on Halo? Or should we move on to the next one? On to the next divisive topic.
Go for that divisive topic.
Let's do it.
Go
do
for
it.
it.
Okay. So, if you're watching behind me, you can see what I've just paused halfway through a mission, playing Cyberpunk.
What's that? Never heard of that game.
Apparently, it's some sort of some sort of RPG or something. It's all right so far. I'm only about an hour in.
So the most important question then,
Go
what did you go for? Small, medium, or big?
I went strict female, but with big at the
okay.
same time.
Because you can change
Yeah,
the
I-
anatomy as well, can't you? Because I
Yeah,
went male, and then all of a sudden flicked over far too many times. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
mine is. A punk male with lady bits.
Yeah, I did have a little play with the settings, just see what I could do. But yeah, we went for strict female. You haven't played it yet, Ian, have you?
No, it's my Christmas present.
I think so. You're only a few days to wait then.
Yeah, you enjoy the character creation bit. It's very
It take
bouncy.
too long on it, so
Well, you're going to take a bit longer.
yeah. My
Or
generic
shorter,
black man.
whichever one you like.
Yeah, or
Just-
bouncier.
Just make sure Tyler isn't around when you do it. I made that mistake. I thought it might be quite nice for the girls to help me make the face of the woman here, do some makeup and stuff. And then I accidentally scrolled down too far, and by default they're stark naked. And I was like, "Whoops!" Scroll back up again.
It's
And
weird
they
how
were
that-
like, and I was like, "No, let's just we'll turn this off now. Let's go back to Minecraft."
It's weird how that happens, where you flick down, and then all of a sudden, the minute you go to that part, the trousers or the shorts just
Yeah, I think-
evaporate,
I think
and then
the
you go
bottom one was
back
something
up.
like teeth or something, and then it was like fingernails, but she held them like that, so it like zoomed straight in. I was like, no, "Okay, let's turn it off. Let's turn it off."
Excited.
But yes, it's good so far. Great. Have you had much chance to play it?
No, I haven't. I was going to try and obviously we were multiplaying yesterday, and I can't play it during the day. As soon as I got out of the building, one of the women I bumped into said, "Suck my tits," and then I thought I can't really play this around the kids.
Yeah, I think we both learned that lesson yesterday.
Okay then.
So I think
Note
that's
to
it.
self.
Yeah, I have to play it when they're not around. So
Headset
I'm
on.
hoping to, yeah, one of those kind of situations.
And what about you, Dan? Have you had much chance to put time into it yet?
I've only done about an hour, so obviously done the character creation, and I've just found out obviously it changes that beginning part of the prologue, depending on which faction you've gone with, is slightly different for each person, which I think's really good and really amazing. But I believe I've been told it takes 2 hours to get through until the actual Cyberpunk thing drops, and then
I
you get
haven't
into
seen
the
it yet.
game. So
Yeah.
potentially you could be going for, there's loads of side stuff that you can do. However, until that Cyberpunk bit screen drops, you're still doing the prologue or the tutorial, however you want to
Yeah,
describe
like the
it.
opening oomph type thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
What path did you pick out of the three?
I went Street Kid because
Yeah, likewise.
I was going to do Corpo just because I thought, why
That's
not?
what I
Let's
did.
go. Ooh. Go for the corporation, but yeah, I think I went Street Kid in the end because I was like, well, you're probably going to play this as a lone wolf, so
Yeah, I went
Go.
Street Kid just because that seemed to be more my style. But I know you said you went Corpo. What obviously without spoiling it for Ian and for anyone who is listening, what sort of activities did you get up to on in the small bit you played so far? Or what was the opening bit like?
Yeah, you open an end to sort of an office, basically, a high sort of office, and you're getting pulled in to see one of the main directors. He wants to speak to you about a mission that went bad, and then before you even get to him, these people bump into you and want to talk to you about different things. You get different like choices to make with everyone you keep bumping into.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of choices to make on the way. More choices when you speak to the director, and yeah, and then a couple more things you can quickly do before you head out to the main mission and getting in the car.
Cool.
And
Lovely.
that's as soon as I got out into the car
that's where
park
you got
area,
to.
that's when I bumped into the woman and she told me to, yeah.
Because our path starts in the bar, doesn't it, Dan?
yeah. So you start in the bar talking to the oh god, I wanted to write down people's names so I could remember them, but I've got no idea. So the
Yeah,
bartender.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, the
Yeah.
bartender, mate.
What a surprise!
After a couple of drinks, I was like, oh. But yeah, it's very good, and I love how the world. So as you're going through the bar, did you, as you were talking, as you went upstairs and spoke to whatever the guy was, did you start looking around?
Yeah, I had a little explore before I went up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you sit down and he's kind of talking to you and saying you've got to do X, Y, and Z. There's that big guy eating a burger next to you.
Yeah.
And kind of puts you in. But if you look around, the world is still moving and interacting, and it's possibly one of the only games I've played where the world seems alive and not kind of the NPC standing there because he's been told to, or he's got like a set path. It actually looks like they are alive. Like the guy was eating, then got up, and and then he had a gun in your face, and it was all, oh wow, this is like really real.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. It doesn't seem to stop no matter what you're doing, does it?
Yeah,
you can be doing whatever you're doing. It just carries on. People,
milling around, getting on with their everyday
around,
lives, and it doesn't matter what you're doing because they're doing what they're doing. It's it's amazing how they've made this world alive. So yeah.
I think I only apart from that, I noticed I was just playing. I said just a minute ago, and I was walking through the streets to get to this mission, and there was I walked into someone who was standing in line waiting for a burger or something, I don't know. And he was like this, and he kind of turned and went, and then just turned back, and I've never seen that sort of like I was like, did he just look me up and down? It wasn't like a normal NPC where they stand and they go, oh, watch out, and then turn back. He was just like, just give me that real dirty look. I was like, okay, I respect you. I'm going to leave you alone. But despite our brief time so far, obviously it's been getting a lot of 10 out of 10s and 9 out of 10s and 9 point whatever's out of 10, which seems to have caused a bit of debate, as the internet likes to do, with what constitutes a sort of 10 out of 10 and a perfect game and all that. So you shared with us a lad named Brandon Sheffield, who's some sort of game. Is he game dev or game something to do with?
Yeah,
I've got his Necrosoft Games. And he shared a thing saying, "What is perfection?" with a load of screenshots with different outlets giving it 10s out of 10s or 100s, whatever their scoring system is, and highlighting how they say it's not perfect, but and sort of making it out to be, because they've said it's not perfect, but they've given it 100. They're kind of that doesn't match up to him, which my personal opinion I think is nonsense. But I wanted to get everyone's thoughts on this. So we'll start with you, Dan, because you brought it to our attention. What's your thoughts on what he shared and what you think?
I would like to, I suppose, looking at it, I would like to think a 10 out of 10 or 100, whatever, your top mark for a game would, I don't want to say would run perfectly. You would like to think, yes, all right, there's going to be glitches and whatever in games. However, what you've seen over the past, 3 or 4 days worth about Cyberpunk, there are game-breaking bugs, there are glitches all over the shop, there are performance issues depending on what console you're playing on. If you're playing on last gen's console, it's just dead, it doesn't work. So that bit's really hard. However, I can see why it's got a 10 out of 10 because the city, the world is alive. It looks good. Okay, I'm playing it on a Series X. So, for me, it looks wonderful. Plays well. I haven't really come out with anything that's game breaking. I've seen a couple of glitches where people are kind of stuck into the wall after I shot them. But has that taken away from my experience of the game? Not overly. It made me laugh and I carried on.
Yeah.
So
I had a glitch earlier on where I was walking through the street and a woman just literally just vanished into thin air. And then like a massive fat guy replaced her, just carried on walking. I was like, all right.
There was a glitch in the Matrix, definitely.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but it's difficult because obviously our perception now, we've been told, is 10 out of 10s are perfect. But I suppose if you go on actually how you're feeling playing the game and you've enjoyed it, why isn't it a 10 out of 10 for your experience or your enjoyment?
Exactly. Ian, you seem
Right.
to have some thoughts on this. What's your opinion on this topic?
Well, it's tough, isn't it? Because 10 out of 10, it's like it's hard to give a 10 out of 10 if something is anything ever going to be perfect. But if you enjoy something so much and it's your review, it's your personal opinion, and if you feel this is perfect, this is brilliant, even with its flaws, well, that's your opinion. Though, if you feel it's perfect, game's been perfectly created, then yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Ray, you got any thoughts on this before I give you a little rant about why? I think?
Yeah. I don't think you can ever score a proper game, a proper 100, because every game score is going to always depreciate in value as time moves on. Everything gets replaced with either faster loading times, better graphics, and you'll always compare it back to games of the past. And being as longevity is one of the things we measure as well. I mean, a game's never ever going to last forever. There could be something you go back to, but that 100 is always, it should be unachievable. There's something to aim for, but it should never. You can get close to it. The only way you could ever get a 10 out of 10 is you have a game measure that you think from an overall perspective and a personal perspective. A game can be 100% in your own eyes and a personal opinion, but not as a whole consensual overall opinion. You kind of have to sort of put your sort of gaming personality in what you think the whole world would think of it, and not just one person's perspective. It's all right having a separate view of 100, but yeah, I don't think I can see any game getting a 400 in my eyes that everyone would agree with.
Cool. All right. Well, let me tell you.
I've researched this.
So, obviously, it's subjective, isn't it? So,
Have you ever given it 10 out of 10,
subjective.
Jamie?
Yeah, I have actually. A couple actually. A
A couple? Well, if there's only
couple,
one.
yeah. So,
Road Rage?
a 10 or 100 or something doesn't mean perfect to me. Again, this is my thoughts. Doesn't mean perfect. It means like the pinnacle of what it could be. It might still have a few bugs. It might have, for example, let's take Resident Evil 2. Obviously, I like to talk about that game. One of my favorite games of all time, and I gave it a 10. Despite in my review, I mentioned that the voice acting was a bit iffy at times because, well, that's Resident Evil for you. That's all Resident Evils have got a bit iffy voice acting, but it didn't take away from the experience. It didn't mean that I thought any less of it, and it didn't ruin my time with it. It was just I had to find something not right with it, and that was it basically. So it's not a perfect game, but it's good enough to the point where I think that it warrants the full 10 because of the whole experience overall. So again, you're never going to find something that's perfect. And take Cyberpunk for example. Again, all these reviews have called out there's bugs and glitches and stuff, but they've still given it a 10 or a 100 or whatever, regardless, because they've enjoyed the overall experience that much that even a couple of little things can't detract from it. Obviously, we use a 100-point scale, 0.1 up to 10, and so what's the difference between a 9.9 and a 10? Not really much, to be honest. And yeah, I think a lot of people seem to think 10 is perfect, like Graham said, like something unattainable, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be something like, again, Zelda, Ocarina of Time, or Breath of the Wild. I'd give them a 10 out of 10, or 100 out of 100, what have you, because they're just incredible games. And when you go back to play the N64 version of Zelda now, it probably doesn't quite hold up as well compared to new games, because the frame rate's terrible, it looks pretty shoddy, the controls are a bit naff, but when you reviewed it at the time, it was top class. And the same with if you review something now, it's top class, like Resident Evil, or my other one was Streets of Rage 4. It's not a perfect game, but I enjoyed it so much, and I think it was such a fantastic experience that I think the 10's justified. Whereas it could have been longer, it could have a few more levels, they could have broken up the levels a little bit better, but it didn't really affect me in a way that I think it would negatively affect the score. And like you said, Greg, the longevity and stuff, you could never give a game a 10 for longevity, because everything has to end eventually. But it's about whether you want to keep playing it and whether you enjoy your entire time with it. So I just reviewed a game just today, which we'll talk about later, and it's not long, but it could have, because it was so drawn out and boring, the longevity for me was terrible, because I had no desire to go back to it. Whereas something like Resident Evil 2 or Streets of Rage, or whatever, I'd happily go back to any time of the day. If I had time, I would go back to them. And then, so going back to Brandon, yeah. So I don't really. The only thing he seems to say is that because they said, despite a few flaws, they shouldn't have given it 100. And then he calls out Windows Central, who said it's the best game I've ever played, and they obviously gave it 100 as well. But all of these reviews were PC games, PC codes. So no one reviewed Xbox or PlayStation copies at all.
No, I think it came out later. They didn't give out any code. They only gave out PC codes, and also I can't think, a spokesperson for CD Projekt Red also turned around and said they didn't get the patch, so they were playing not the day one version that potentially we all were playing. They were playing the game as is. So obviously they are playing a buggy game, so they're presuming that bits are out, aren't they?
There's a bit of trust in them to say, well, if you report a bug to them, they say, well, that'll be fixed by launch, and you go, well, it was buggy, but they said it'll be fixed, so we won't count that, won't mark it down for that.
But I think with reviews, you have to take the whole thing. You've got to take the score. You've got to take the comments.
Yeah, that's what to say. You got to dive into the content to see if it's just pish. Or if they actually have explained why it gets that kind of rating.
Yeah. I mean, I've read some of the reviews. I didn't read all of them, obviously, because that's just madness. But all of them were just nothing but praise, apart from the bugs. But, and again, most of them only had minor ones, like I said, like a character disappearing, or the occasional crash or something like that. No one had anything severely game breaking where they couldn't finish it or they couldn't keep playing. And the only part, I don't know if you guys saw, I can't remember her name now, is it Callie Plaggy at GameSpot? She gave it a 7 out of 10. And all my days did the internet go after her. And that's kind of the opposite to what we just talked about. So the already sites gave it 100, and everyone's going, you can't possibly give it 100. It's not perfect. You said it had a bug. And then she gave it a 7. They're saying, you can't possibly give it a 7 because it's the best game ever made. Well, how dare you? And they haven't even played it yet. The usual thing. And I'm not going to say his name, A, because I can't remember it, and B, because he doesn't deserve the airspace. But some guy made about 3 or 4 videos based on her, basically slagging her off and saying how stupid she was and how much she should leave the industry and stuff because she gave it a
Yeah.
7 out of 10 of a game that he hadn't even played yet. And it's just the debate over scores, whether you disagree of 100 or disagree of a 7 or a 3 or a 2, whatever, it's just nonsense. It's someone's opinion at the end of the day. Like I said, we'll go back to our favorite Resident Evil 2. I gave it a 10. I know you guys wouldn't give it a 10, but that's your opinion. It's, if you reviewed it, you give it a different score, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
So there's no, I can't tell you you're wrong, and you can't tell me I'm wrong, and and no one can tell us we're wrong, and we can't tell them they're wrong. But there's no point going on Twitter
I
and
just
being
don't
like,
understand why people will hate someone over just over a
A
review on a
perspective
score.
as well.
It's
not
their
me-
opinion. Like,
exactly. That's what reviews are, opinions at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with it or not, it's probably better that you find some that you don't agree with and some that you do agree with,
But
to
that's
get like a balanced overall view.
Yeah.
It's the whole reason why Metascore exists. Compile
Yeah,
all those
but
bad
again,
boys
that-
together to get your average.
But that kind of throws fuel on the fire, because then you get people looking at the Metascore, which again, this is what this guy's grabbed basically. So Metacritic is a bit complicated how it works out the scores for different sites and stuff. But some of these sites didn't give it a 10 out of 10, but the way they convert their rankings, it turns into a 10 out of 10 or 100 out of 100. And then, so if you go and check some of the reviews out, they might not have given it a 10 out of 10, but on Metacritic they have, and that's all they're looking at. They're just comparing them and then saying, "Oh, you've given it 100." Blah, blah, blah.
But then you're going to the other angle. Like, what are you trying to consume when you're looking at a review? Like, when people buy stuff online, they look at what the best comments are and what the worst comments are to try and see
Yeah,
what
to
do
see
people
what-
really get
yeah.
annoyed about this and what do people really love about it, to make sure I'm getting the most out of it, and to make sure, oh, if it does that, then maybe it's not for me.
Let's make that informed decision, as you say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting the best and the worst, and then you're like,
It depends how you consume a review.
The problem is you're giving people far too much credit there. A lot of the people,
yeah.
well,
Yeah,
not a lot of the
you're
people,
trusting a lot of people there.
a lot of the vocal people that are doing this sort of nonsense, arguing over hundreds and sevens and all that rubbish, are only looking to find reviews that agree with what they think it should be.
yeah,
So these people haven't played it. They are so excited for it. They've already pre-ordered it probably. They've probably read previews and what have you. And then they see a review that doesn't immediately line up with their expectations. And they're like, well, you must be wrong. You couldn't have played it properly. You missed out on sections of the game. But that's what they played. So that's what they reviewed. And then when someone else gives it 100, and then you can't possibly give it 100 because it can't be that good. How dare you? Blah, blah. But that's what they played. And that's what they reviewed. So what if you don't like it, look somewhere else. See if someone else agrees with you.
Move on.
But
Yeah, exactly.
find. It's again, I like to try and read a couple of reviews from different places, try and get an overall view, because some places, everyone's different, as you say, and everyone's got a different opinion. And I think probably the best reviews I find are on xboxtavern.com. So if you go on there and check them out, they're normally pretty good. Unless they're someone by Ian Ray, I don't know. Don't worry about it. Is
Oh,
if he ever does anymore, of course. Don't worry about it.
you said it, Jay, but I'm one of those reviews that have had a bit of shade headed my way from my Avengers review.
Oh, God.
yes.
It's not a start of my language of love with you.
I was going to say we've all had some. I think Dan's the only one who's got away with it so far.
He does all the videos, no one ever watches them.
Oh,
I'd like to point out that all of a sudden our subscriber count has grown substantially.
Yeah, it's been bumped up this week, isn't it?
Yeah, we're sitting on a nice, healthy 27. So if you want to head over to the official xboxtavern.com over on YouTube, drop a sub for me.
Yeah, pop along, say hello, leave a comment. There's quite a lot of comments going on under the Star Wars review this week, I saw.
There was. I'm really upset though that I didn't play it on just the box standard Xbox, because I couldn't answer that guy's question. But luckily, all of a sudden, like Star Wars for some reason has blown up this week. Everyone was asking comments and talking about it. I was like, okay.
I suppose there's some sort of program. I don't know. I don't do Star Wars. Something must have come out recently to spark it off.
Well, I think it dropped some new content 4 weeks ago. So there's some new ships and a map. So the sales, obviously, because I think it dropped to £20.
Happy days.
That'll do it then, won't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think because there's still the trial on EA Access in there, so people
Yeah.
can still try that as well.
I would imagine it'll drop on EA Access.
Yeah.
So quick. Well, soon enough.
Do you know what did drop on EA Access? We're going to get slightly off track here, but NHL 94. What a game. I still got that on the Mega Drive upstairs. And when I saw it, I was like, no way. So I downloaded it. I still suck at it.
Well,
but
NHL
I love it.
94 Rewind, that one.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh,
It's I'm terrible at it, but it's just like a proper blast of nostalgia.
Yeah, what was it? 300 and something megs as well. 337
Yeah,
or
piddly it was.
36.
Yeah, I'm playing up my brother as well.
Hit the old Mega Drive carts with the little yellow tab on the side of it for some reason. Brilliant. I want to see more of them. I want to see him bring some of the FIFAs and Maddens and stuff.
Oh no, don't bring
Again,
the FIFAs. ISS.
Not my cup of tea, but I love them
ISS.
games.
Love that. The old Pro
The one
Evo.
with the
Old
indoor
school
arena.
manual.
Kind of got off topic. Yeah, so basically, 10 out of 10, not perfect, but
Oh, what
Don't
game
go-
was that?
don't go giving people nonsense just because they like something that you don't, or
Stop
because they don't
throwing
like something
shade.
that you do. There's no need for it, is there? No.
No.
Bloody Twitter's a waste of space half the time I share. Awful. So let's move on to the next one. Something a bit cheerier. The Game Awards. Did we
Oh.
see the Game Awards on Thursday? Has anyone caught up with it yet?
I know the
Oh.
results. I never watched anything from it.
Cool.
Watched a catch up and that was about it.
I did try to stay up and watch it live, but obviously it was on. Didn't start till 11:30 over here in the UK.
And
That's
4
it, yeah.
hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got an hour in. That was it. I had to get up for work the next day, so I gave up. But I did see the Perfect Dark trailer come up,
No,
That
yeah.
looks awesome. Can't wait for that.
which that was a pretty decent trailer. You know, another CGI nonsense again. Yeah, be about 8 years
It's the
away.
hype
probably.
train, though.
Yeah, but it did catch me off guard because I wasn't expecting Perfect Dark. I wasn't really sure what it was, but I wasn't. When they said the initiative, obviously everyone's been rumored that Perfect Dark is what they've been doing, but it didn't really look Perfect Dark-esque until right at the end when Joe Dark popped up. So, did anyone a fan of Perfect Dark?
I never
No, I
played
didn't
it.
play the original.
I think I played it when it was where replay.
Yeah,
No, it was
Yeah.
a little bit. I haven't played it. I might go back to it though. Get the hype.
I played. I bought. What was it? Perfect Dark Zero for the 360 launch.
Hmm.
Awful. What a terrible game.
Oh, really?
Really?
Awful. Yeah. Even at the time, awful. And now, 'cause
now
that's-
even
that-
worse.
That's in rare replay as well. And I thought I'd give it another go. It can't be as bad as I remember. No, awful. And I've only played a little bit of the original on the N64 as well. But there wasn't too much sort of Xbox in the way of the awards, though, was there? It was all. A lot of it was PlayStation. Obviously, Last of Us Part 2. Cracking game. Won about 1,000 awards. Microsoft Flight Simulator won Sim Strategy Game, and Ori was nominated for Best Design, I think it was. But
Oh.
lost out to Ghost of Tsushima, I think.
You would have thought it would have.
Yeah,
Sorry, go on.
no, go.
I was going to say, you would have thought it would have been in for best score.
Oh, do you know what? It might have been in for that as well, but that lost it to Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I haven't and I won't play. Have you played that yet?
Yeah, I played it.
Yeah.
It's all right, actually. It's not too bad. I kind of enjoyed it. They have
Yeah.
changed the story a little bit to kind of modernize it and make it a
Yeah.
bit more longevity.
Yeah.
Drag it out was the word you were looking for.
Drag it out. There we go. Drag it out. I almost said the word. What was it yesterday, Graham, that I couldn't say? Oh. I don't know,
I think it's Odessa, I think her name was, and you said Odessia or something. Osessia.
Osessia.
Completely messed it up.
Yeah, that was segueing, sorry.
No, that's what we're here for. To get the banter going. Get the banter back. Bring it back.
Longevity. Yeah, it's a good game. I enjoyed it.
Longevity.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7. Not as what did I say I preferred over Last of Us 2?
Resident Evil 2, wasn't it?
No, probably not.
Gears of
Last
War.
of Us 2 was a good not talking Gears of War. Last of Us 2 was a good game, and yeah, I did deserve a win. I thought Ghost of Tsushima would probably win, but Last of Us 2 is worth winner.
Yeah.
Even,
No,
even though I hate the ending. But we won't
well,
talk about it.
I was going to say we could debate that till the cows come home, but yeah, I think Last of Us well deserved winner. Just a shame it's not on Xbox.
Mm.
One day,
Who knows, eh?
nah. And the only other sort of Xbox related one was Games for Impact was Tell Me Why, which obviously wasn't Xbox exclusive, but that's come straight into Game Pass, and I think Microsoft give it a bit of backing as well.
Tell me why.
Another one I've played the first hour or two of, and haven't got back to
Tell
yet.
me why.
You got to do it every time. Tell me hear that game then.
Always, every time I hear that.
But again, there was some
you
kick-ass.
played
Well, tell me why.
Hmm.
But yeah, just the first hour or two of the first episode.
Yeah, I'm on the second chapter. I haven't finished it.
I did it on XCloud on my phone with the
How is it?
touch controls.
How is it? It's a good.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
It's the makers of Life is Strange, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's it.
it's a good. It's a very good narrative story.
Mm.
The controls and can be a bit ropey, but if you want to kind of do that storytelling narrative, that is a game to get into. So yeah, if you like stories, jump into it definitely. And it's not overly long either.
Yeah, I was quite digging the story from the little bit I played.
Yeah.
But again, it was kind of doing it on my phone while the kids were playing Minecraft, and then I never really got a chance to get back to it. But
Isn't it past their bedtime?
as always, isn't it past their bedtime? You saying? That's not them playing.
Oh, okay.
So another popular choice here amongst probably half the crew at least, Back for Blood, the spiritual successor from the people who made Left 4 Dead. Obviously they've split with Valve, so they can't make Left 4 Dead anymore. And they tried Evolve. Do you remember Evolve?
Oh,
Yes.
God, yeah.
What a pile of pants that was.
The concept was so good. Then
It was.
Yeah, this ain't going to work because everyone wants to be the monster and no one's going to be the
Yeah.
people.
The previews and that were so glowing, where everyone was at events and stuff playing it and really digging it. And then we got it home and it was like,
Actually, come to think about it, no one's really going to play this game, are they?
yeah,
Because as soon as you're not the monster, I'm like, well, I quit.
yeah, kind of died a death. And I think they shut it down for a while, didn't they? And then relaunched it as free to play. And I'm not even sure if that's going anymore or not. I think the Xbox version is just completely stuffed now.
I think it disappeared because I remember it being given away for games with gold, didn't it? Or
We got Game of Games ago, then it went to Game Pass as well.
yeah.
Then just went,
Just
let's close servers down and forget this ever existed.
but they're back for Blood, which from the trailer is literally Left 4 Dead, just with a different name. So you got 4 different characters fighting against different types of special infected, excuse me, and obviously zombies and stuff. And the way the trailer was cut and the way the gameplay that it showed afterwards was cut, if you told me it was Left 4 Dead, I'd believe you, because the whole flow of it was exactly the same.
5 massive Left 4 Dead vibes with it.
Yeah, which I know pleases me. Doesn't necessarily please Ian. I'm not sure about Graham and Dan. I'm not sure where Dan's into it. I think Graham was all right with it, but
Yeah,
not overly.
bit of a
keen.
mixed.
There's too many zombie games these days.
I kind of agree
Zombies
with
are
you.
awesome.
I agree with you there. There are a fair few zombie games, but Left 4 Dead, if you had the right group of friends playing, the game was awesome. It was
That never existed with me, unfortunately.
I know you were stuck with us, didn't you? You had
Yeah.
to put up your whinging all the time. Oh, I don't want the rocket launcher. I want this.
It was you with Molotovs that always ruined
Well,
it.
yeah, it's just burning everyone to the ground
Oh god, I remember things like that.
And then
Jeez.
dying always.
and then
Yeah.
dying because I get distracted and wander off somewhere. Yeah,
Wander off, liquored, and done.
yeah.
Horde
yeah,
of zombies.
Where's
Back for
Jamie? Oh,
Blood-
it's about 50 meters ahead of us. I was like, okay.
Yeah, behind, always behind.
No, to the side.
To the side.
Yeah, I found a little alleyway. I just wandered off down somewhere. But yeah, Back 4 Blood's going to be bloody ages away. Probably not. I don't know if they're given a rough date, but probably wouldn't even be next year. I wouldn't have thought at this rate.
No,
But
it'd be. Oh, you
that
never
teaser
know.
looked pretty good.
You never
Um,
know. You'll probably find out more at E3.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. There are a few other little bit Xbox bits like the Cyberpunk car is in Forza Horizon 4 now, and someone named Master Chief has joined some sort of game about a knight and a fort or something. I don't know. For only 2,200 V-Bucks, you can have the Master Chief skin in Fortnite.
That was a terrible,
Yeah.
terrible old man joke. That was.
It was, I know, but 2,200 V-Bucks. What a rip-off!
How much is that? Is that like 20 quid?
About 16 quid
Oh.
for what is a skin and some like little backpack and a little emote with the warthog.
Did you buy it already though?
Of course, he has.
If it was cheaper, I might have considered it, but I'm not paying. No, I'm quite happy with the skins I've got in the battle pass. I don't need to be running
Still
around.
the
with
battle
Master
pass, so
Chief.
don't forget that.
Yeah, but I didn't pay for that either because I've earned the V-Bucks through the free battle pass first. Because I play it every day.
I'm still terrible at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm still good, but I earned the V-Bucks. That's the main thing. That's enough. And then I think that was pretty much it, really, wasn't it, for the Xbox announcements? Get into the BioWare ones very quickly. Did anybody watch the 2 teaser trailers they dropped?
Only
For Dragon Age,
Dragon Age and Mass Effect.
I'll watch Mass Effect.
I've seen it. Yes. Have I seen it?
So I think last week we spoke about it, saying I hope they don't drop another CGI teaser trailer for Dragon Age after all these years. And what did they do?
Drop of those, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, just another trailer of nothing really. And then the Mass Effect one, I must admit, did get me in the feels a little bit because we saw a little sneak peek of going back to the Milky Way through Andromeda and seeing Dr. I can't pronounce her name, Liara Tassoni, and with what looks like Rex and possibly another returning character in the background.
Yeah.
After she picked up the N7 armor piece from under the rubble where we last saw Commander Shepard. So yeah, interesting, but again, that's going to be years away, years and years away. Anyone got any thoughts on what they want to see from this Mass Effect? Silence.
A release
Splendid. We don't want it. Sod it. No more Mass Effect for anyone.
I just
Cancel
thought of so many jokes, Mass Effect, and that obviously
Yeah. A release date.
Manslayer. When I realised, I can't swear at this podcast. So what?
Imagine what you can do with
Let's
with
get
the
to.
new generation.
I know.
Apparently, I wonder if you still have stakes. Anyway, let's
All
we
the
get off track
stakes.
again. Get off track again. Yeah, the teaser trailer was good, but again, this teaser trailers like CGI nonsense. They're good for one thing, and that's going. We've got a thing coming, but they don't show anything of any consequence.
Building up hype, isn't it? Really, but it's
Mm.
so
But
easy to
It's
make.
so
Isn't it?
early though.
It's
But I think that's the norm now, isn't it? It's like, here's a game we're making. See in about 8 years.
Yeah.
Literally.
thanks.
Like,
No, see a trailer in 8 years.
another Foxy teaser trailer.
It's yeah, it's interesting. I would like to think that you might see a trailer come E3 and then the game the year after, but let's be blunt, you probably won't.
We got no chance. I think Dragon Age will be another year or two at least, and then Mass Effect beyond that. So I think we've got another was it Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 situation where they've announced both of them, but Starfield's coming first, and even that's not coming for another couple of years yet. And then Elder Scrolls beyond that. So we got a
There's
long
been
way.
so many games that comes to trailers, and then you don't hear anything for about 4 or 5 years. It's a bit annoying and poor.
That's what we need. That's what I'd like to see stop. Just go back to what was it? It was Bethesda, wasn't it, when they revealed Fallout 4, and then 6 months later it was out. There was a lot of leaks and stuff beforehand, obviously, but the official reveal was at E3, and it was out in November, whatever it was that year.
Didn't we
So
have a point where they were releasing a trailer and then it was out 6 months later? We had like a year where every game was, say, a year. There was a trailer and then the game released a little bit later, and that was it. And we
That's
sort
what
of
I can-
come away.
That's one like a really big game just to like come. Oh, it's coming out next week, by the way. Like something like imagine like
Apex.
Half-Life 3. It's like,
I was literally
"Right,
about to say
Half-Life
Half-Life 3.
Here you go, coming out next week. What?
Not even next week.
You
Just
know,
drop a
it's out
trailer and
now,
say
yeah.
out now. Yeah.
Out now, Half-Life 3 out now. World then
I think
below.
if anyone could pull it off, Valve could pull it off, and that
Yeah,
is
just-
what they should do. If they were to finally do a Half-Life 3 or a Portal 3 or just meld it
Whatever.
all together into Aperture Science
Yeah,
Labs,
Orange
whatever,
Box 2, yeah, like Orange
Yeah.
Box 2. Outstay.
out
And
now.
undersell it.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that's definitely the right plan.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
just-
something like that would if you dropped it like now, if we announce it on the Xbox Tavern podcast, the Half-Life 3 is out right now. It would just
literally.
obviously it wouldn't sell out because it's all digital, but it would just it would crash Steam, it would crash the internet, it would just destroy everything.
The old news outlets, it would be crazy. Even like GTA 6 or something like that, just went out now. That's what they need to do. Rather than building this hype, just that one of those big games just go, oh, but is that now? Like, what?
We don't need trailers 4 or 5 years out, especially nonsense trailers like this that barely show anything. Mass Effect 1 was passable because it at least teased going back to the original trilogy, but the Dragon Age one, just again it teased some characters coming back. But what? Like, you showed that 2 years ago. Why not? Why not show us something new, something more substantial?
Yeah.
The only one I can really think of that did it was, I think, Unravel 2 dropped it at E3, went, oh, but Unravel 2 is out now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's definitely smaller games that have done it.
Done it, yeah, like that. That's what I
like
can remember
Unravel,
was Unravel.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it's out today, by the way. It's like, oh, really? Wicked. There we go.
I think for a couple of years at E3 there was a trend where Xbox and Sony and that would go on and, like PT for example, they did that with that as well. I think they revealed it as like it's on the store now. Oh, all right, cool. But yeah, I wish someone with a big game like Mass Effect or something would do it. Just drop it and be like, ta-da!
Download now.
Yeah.
And
See
it's
everyone
not
getting their
like
phones out and going, doot, doot.
It's not working. It's crashed the system. So there's one more one I want to talk about quickly. But anyone else seen anything from the Game Awards that they want to point out?
No,
Silence.
yeah.
Perfect.
No, but I know you do, so.
Well, thank you for asking, Ian. The Callisto Protocol from I've forgotten the devs now.
Callisto?
Doesn't matter.
LGN.
They're basically it's the people who one of the guys who created Dead Space called Glenn Schofield. He left when that studio got shut down, I think.
Oh, when Dead Space 3 did really bad.
And when Dead Space 3 was awful, yeah. And has moved on. I think it's like Sparkplug Games or something. And now they're not re-released. Sorry, they're bringing out a new game called the Callisto Protocol, which is basically set on Jupiter's moon. Why can't I say moon? Jupiter's moon. And from the trailer, the moment it loads up, as we were just saying with Mass Effect and stuff, it just looks like Dead Space. The guy's got his health on the back of his neck, and it's all dark and moody, and everything's falling apart. And then a massive monster comes out and eats his face. And it looks again a nonsense CGI trailer for a game that's years away because I think they said 2022 at least at the earliest.
I'll be before 2022 as well, won't it?
Yeah, but yeah, that's one that got me excited because I like Dead Space apart from the last one.
And means.
And Munes, yeah. I don't know why I can't say moon. Moon.
Jupiter's
Okay.
moon.
So yeah, so let's move away from nonsense trailers. So yeah, so that's pretty much all we were going to sort of have a main chat about this week. Anyone else got anything they'd like to bring up before we move on to reviews and what have you?
I want to know if Graham's got his FIFA 21 Series X version.
Why don't you ask Big Boy? You're supposed to email him over there. Because no, we installed the trial for Series X, and my trial's now run out, and it basically said go away.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm still playing the OG one.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm
still
sorry.
waiting on a response to see if why our one hasn't worked or why your
Mine works.
your one, I should say. But
Yeah, I've enjoyed
It's-
my one.
I haven't touched my one.
it's bizarre. I don't want to rub it in, Gray, but was it actually much better or?
Yeah, I mean you don't notice it straight away from because the menus or anything are just the same, but it gives you a little intro video with Trent Alexander-Arnold that looks pretty cool, and then when you actually go into the game, sort of the pitch just looks way crisper, and yeah, it just looks
Just having a new
tad bit
TV
better.
helps as well.
Yeah, that does help. But I mean, it still looks fine on the OG one. It's just, yeah, you can tell the difference between the two.
There's
But
finer margins, isn't it? It just looks that little bit crisper,
crisper, yeah.
yeah. Ouch.
But graphics aren't that important for FIFA, I know. But it was just why?
It is bizarre. It's the only time, obviously we're still new to the Series X, but it's the only time that we've got like a code for something or something that hasn't just been treated like a regular game.
Yeah,
So
no upgrades for you.
it's very bizarre, but what are you gonna do, eh?
Yeah.
It is what it is. All right, so let's go use that segue to move straight into what we've been playing. Dan, what have you been playing?
Well, funny enough, I had a little go on FIFA.
Which version do you play?
I did the Series X version, of course, because why not? Yeah, I was bored, so I played a little bit of FIFA just to see what the upgrade was like, and yeah, damn, it looks damn good. As soon as you're on the pitch, it aesthetically looks better. Does it feel any different? I don't really think so, but it's nice to see the players kind of in all their glory.
I heard it was a massive improvement and so much better than the original one. That anyone playing the old one not worth bothering anymore. You might as well
Go out and go buy a copy.
Ouch.
I assume it's supposed to be a wind up, but it really isn't. Too much. It was more confusing than anything.
it's very confusing. And obviously we chatted about Cyberpunk already. Do you have anything else to add to that? Or
Just a couple of games I've been reviewing.
oh yeah, go on.
I have to shout out Call of the Sea. Oh my God, what a lovely, pleasant, bright game. Really enjoying it. The puzzles are hard as balls, but yeah, the game is really, really nice, and kind of it takes you off that kind of cyberpunk and multiplayer. Get away from all that, and you're playing a nice, relaxing adventure puzzle game. It's really good. So that's going to be coming up shortly on the YouTube channel.
So that's kind of like a first person
Person
puzzle game.
Yeah. So the best way of probably describing it, very Sea of Thieves-esque. And you have
visuals, though, isn't it?
Visuals. Yeah. And I suppose puzzle mechanics as well. They probably won't like being compared to that, but that's what it is. Cutie, artsy style. And then as you're going through picking up puzzles, you've got like a journal. So as you're going through looking at things and reading letters and looking at pictures, your journal automatically gets filled in. So as you stumble across something, it might be prevalent to the next puzzle. So all of a sudden it comes up on your page, and then you can kind of see it gives you that kind of nudge of you need to look for those bits. It gives you that pointer. So as you're going around finding other letters, that gives you more of the lore or why this person has disappeared. It's really good. There's no combat so far. I really like it. It looks so good.
I think it's been getting a lot of praise from across the internets. Not that the internet will be happy about that, of course. Someone will score it too high or too low, but
I'll moan about it shortly. But it's I think for an adventure game it's doing it. Like at the moment, I'm like I want to play Cyberpunk, but I really want to start playing get back to Call of the Sea, because the puzzles are frustrating that I want to get them done, and I want to see what happens. I really, if you like adventure games, this is the game that you should jump into. It's in Game Pass. It's free. Get it.
Why not, eh? Why not? I did look at installing it earlier on, but I haven't got any space on the Xbox at the minute. So once I've cleared something off, I'll put that on and have a go. And have you had a look at that yet? We'll see.
No, I haven't had a chance to yet, but it looks good. Looks like I say, one of the games that looks quite nice, fun to play.
Yeah.
Is it Series X and S only, or is it you play it on the one? Do you know?
I know it's enhanced. I don't know whether you can play it on the one. I haven't looked too far into it.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can. It's both one and XX.
Obviously, it'll look and run a damn sight better on the big boy up there.
Yeah, it's optimized for that. The big boy.
Good, good. All right. Well, should we move over to Ian? What have you been playing? What have you been reviewing?
Reviewing. What am I reviewing? Nothing, at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. At the moment. Oops, sorry. I've got a nice headset I'm reviewing, so I'm doing that at the moment. But that's hardware, but software, game-wise, nothing at the moment. I need to pick something up, which I'll probably do today.
Yeah, you will.
I'll look
As
what
his
we've got.
arm goes up his back today.
I'll have a look after the podcast what's there, and I'll take something for next time. Games been playing this week. I've started the Forza Horizon 4 DLC, the Lego one. It's a little bit of fun, like quirky Lego. I bought and played Bright Memory, the official XX version.
Yep.
And that was it's only half an hour. It's like feels like it's a trailer or like a demo for
It is literally a demo, really. Isn't it?
for the.
It was only, was it 6 or 7 quid, something like that?
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes. So, you've got to play it 3 times to get all the achievements.
I was going to say easy Giro, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's all right, good fun. But again, like I say, it just feels like it's a demo, and it's just like kind of done with it.
Yeah.
But we'll see if they actually bring more towards it. And I've also, because before it leaves Game Pass, I've been playing the Ticket to Ride DLC. So I said it's a board game based on Ticket to Ride, and they got a few DLCs out. It was on sale, so I've been playing through that as well on the PC. Whilst I'm meant to be working.
Oh, what have you been learning from Graham?
I wish.
Nah. But yeah, no, jokes aside, that was good. It's good fun. Like it's just a little pass of time in the evening, when relaxing.
Yeah, happy days.
But yeah,
Very nice.
nothing really major. I'm
Nice.
getting angry at you playing Division yesterday.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that. Great, you.
Reviewing wise, turned in Overcooked All You Can Eat, and I'm almost finishing up Immortals Phoenix Rising. But yeah, both of those are pretty good. As I mentioned before, Overcooked, it's 1 and 2 combined, super shiny, and with every single bit of DLC that was ever released for 1 and 2. And yeah, tons of content, and if you can find someone to play it with, it's great fun to play it with someone and either get angry at or communicate very well with. But yeah,
Normally angry.
Yeah, normally angry. Immortals Phoenix Rising really is sort of a colourful Assassin's Creed tied up with Greek mythology. And yeah, the puzzles really just, they don't hold your hand through any of this. There's so much guesswork on a lot of it that it's tough. It's the puzzles themselves don't seem that hard once you figure them out. It's just trying to work out what the hell they want you to do in the first place. That's the problem. So if you can get past that bit, some of the other bits are quite fun in the game. But yeah, they could do with a tiny bit more help with the puzzles to try and, otherwise you just end up just climbing around everything trying to work out what the hell you're supposed to do. And yeah, obviously Cyberpunk's come in, and I'll be giving that a review once I've got my teeth deeply sunk into that one.
About 6
And
months' time.
Yeah, and playing
Not me.
wise,
Calm down.
yeah, playing wise, I'm determined to finish Yakuza. I must be near the end now. I'm so far in. I'm going to get that one done.
Well, they're bringing all the rest of them to Game Pass. You better
Yeah,
hurry
I
up.
know. Just like, more stuff, but I will do it. I like it. That's a cool series, and I reckon you would enjoy it too.
I know. I did buy it on the PlayStation 2 when it first came out, but I never really got into it. I don't know what it was about it, but
Which
I'd like to
number
go
of
back to
Yakuza
it.
playing?
The first one, Yakuza Kiwami.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a fun Shenmue.
Sorry, you broke up then. I think you tried to say it's not quite as good as Shenmue there, but that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, cool. As for me, I've been playing Haven. I finished my review this week. What a game that was! I don't know if any of you guys have checked it out yet, but yeah,
Nope.
like the ultimate chill game. So it's not really that hard. It's quite long, probably a little bit too long if I have to say anything. But it's just you just spend time with these two characters, with you and Kay, and they've sort of run away from their home because their love is forbidden, a proper Romeo and Juliet type story. But yeah, the way it's written is brilliant. The way it's acted is brilliant. and it's just you just gliding around these islands, picking up fruit and vegetables and stuff, and fighting monsters and unlocking next items to find. And then you got your ship breaks down, so you got to find all the pieces to fix it up. It's just utterly charming and wonderful. And yeah, I just didn't want to stop playing it. And then again, like I said, it went on a little bit too long. I probably could have cut a couple of hours out really. But yeah, just brilliant. And again, on Game Pass, so check it out.
They fly the ship to the moon.
Immune.
Oh, why can't I? My chavvy accent's betraying me today. As I said earlier as well, I just finished my review for AI, which is like a shmup scrolling shooter type thing. Not very good though, unfortunately. I thought it might be alright, but the problem is it's so slow. Like I don't know if you guys play many shmups. I know Ian played Shoot 1 Up DX last week or whatever, but obviously normally they're quite fast paced, and then you got bullets flying all over the place, and you got to sort of duck and weave and all that.
Yeah.
But this one is just the scrolling speed is terrible. It's just so it's like a credit sequence, like the end of a film, and the text is slowly crawling up the screen like that.
Yeah.
It's so slow. And there's no analog control on the ship, so you can only stop or move at full speed. So trying to like duck and weave in between the bullets is just too hard. You got no fine control over it. And it's just boring, really. That was the gist of it. I just got bored of it. I kept getting stuck on one level because you can upgrade your ship. Every time you destroy an enemy ship, you collect credits. And then when you go back to the main menu, you can upgrade your guns or get some extra weapons or shields or what have you. But everything's so expensive, and getting the credits is so tedious and slow that it just makes it like mind numbing to play. I ended up playing through one of the levels about 15 times trying to get enough credits to upgrade a weapon, and even then didn't help me. I couldn't get past it. So yeah, nah.
I thought you'd mention the fun shooting noise that you have throughout the whole level.
The shooting noise is horrendous. It's probably one of the worst sound effects I've ever heard.
It's
Like, have you tried it then, Greg?
Yes.
It's awful, isn't it? It's I don't know. I can't do it justice with my voice, but it kind of it's like a you got like a ticker head. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but
what the hell was that noise?
But it's just that on rapid fire. Ridiculously loud, and they must know this because there's an option in the menu just turn that down. You can leave all the rest of it up and just turn the gun noise down,
that as well.
which I did immediately because it's so annoying.
So
it sounds
obnoxious.
Horrendous, and there's no like backing music or sound effects really. There's like very ambient, like sci-fi, like ambient backing audio, and sort of a little bit of sound effects when you blow a ship up. But the main noise is the gun noise, and oh my god, it's so annoying. It lasted literally a minute before I turned it off. I can't put up with this. And yeah, it's just boring over. Did you find the same thing? It's just too slow, though?
Super slow. And I did wonder about the movement because I just get smashing into things.
Yeah, it's the thing. You can't just nudge out the way of like a bullet or something. You're either there or you're flying across the screen. So yeah, not very good, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but that's how it goes. Someone will tell me I'm wrong and it's 10 out of 10, best game ever. And then the only thing, we played a bit of Division 2 last night. I don't know if you guys want to recant our time with that quickly because it was late. I don't really remember much of it apart from me dying a lot and Ian dying even more than I did somehow.
Yeah, it's really not a game you can just step back into. So many different threads that go on at once. Talk to him, go to this settlement, go to that. So I just want to do a mission.
Yeah, we're so confused, being like, wow, what's all these things I'm doing? Like, oh, okay. What's all these options? What's all the abilities I have that I had before?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's been, what, 2 years since we played it?
Oh, yeah, about that, yeah.
Oh, wow. I was just about to say, when was the last time you played it? Because they refined that game majorly in the last... 8 months to a year,
changing, hugely changed. Like,
yeah,
God, yeah, I think it was a good 2019ish. Already played early 2019.
Yeah, it wasn't long after it came out, was it, when we played it?
No.
And then we haven't really been back. And I assume you've played it some, Dan.
I was playing it with a friend, and then we've stopped playing it. But I noticed from, I think, what was it? There's something of New York when that new DLC dropped.
Yeah.
They kind of changed it all.
Warlords of New York.
Warlords, thank you. And funny enough, that's where the story of me and my grenades came from. So all of a sudden they moved the button for grenades, or it felt like they did. Or you had to re-equip them. So I was pressing the wrong button, couldn't find my grenades anywhere. Yeah.
We had that conversation.
I was going to say, we literally had that issue last night.
Thank you. I'm not
How
the
did
only
you throw a
person.
conversation? Yeah.
I am not the only person that's done this. So if you haven't played it for a while, I think it used to be B, but then you either have to equip it so you can use B again.
D-pad, the D-pad now.
Yeah.
Left on the D-pad to get it into your hand and then throw it.
Yeah, what a stupid mechanic. But yeah, so I was fighting with some friends. I was like, "Where's my grenades?" He was like, "Well, you equip it." I went, "What do you mean you equip it? Where are they? They should be equipped automatically." So I got ribbed for endless months on end for this grenade.
You've got some backup now because we were just as bloody confused last night.
God, I need to clip that and I'll post that on Twitter.
And
Not that they were that helpful.
No, it didn't feel like it.
No, I don't think I hit anyone with any of mine, but
That
I
makes
know
a
how to
nice
throw
little-
them now for next time.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Just throw them in front of the enemies as they walk towards them.
Yeah. I think we were just generally confused, weren't we? Because obviously it changed so much since we last played. We dropped in and we're like, "Where are we going? How do we get there? Where do we go?" And then trying to figure out how to get into the mission when we got to where we were going. We had like scaled this wall that seemed far too high to jump over.
Oh, especially with you two. My character got medic's elbow from reviving you two.
I'll have you know that I wasn't too bad last night. It was all Ian falling down every 5 seconds.
I went a bit rogue because come on, just do it. Because he was doing nothing. It was a standing back. What buttons do I push? How do I change my gun? I'm like, I just want to kill people.
Yeah, but they were killing you. That's the problem. It would have been right if you were killing them.
It was good fun though.
It was good.
Definitely get back into it again.
Yeah, we'll go back to it. We'll go back to it down the line. All right, we'll just have a quick rundown of some of the other guys' reviews real quick, and then we'll wrap up. So, Cass dropped a review of Twin Mirror, which is the latest Don't Nod game. So we just talked about Tell Me Why, and this is their newest one that came out a couple of weeks ago. But like her review is pretty much in keeping with everyone else's review when it came out, which was it's kind of a bit poor really. She gave it a 5.6 overall, and just said it just didn't really hit what Don't Know generally pick a topic and hammer it home, didn't they? And do it justice. Whereas this one, they kind of just never really got going. And then as it started to pick up, it ended. So she was quite disappointed with that. Morbid the Seven Acolytes by Jake, giving 8. It's a Dark Souls. Was it a Souls-like game? But it's like a 2-down top D. Oh my god, get the words out. 2D top-down brawler fighter game. Rock hard, stupidly hard, fighting everything, dying all the time, type of game. But he seemed to enjoy it, so it's pretty good. Obviously 8, as I said. And then I think that's pretty much it really for the mate, other than our ones that we talked about already. Dan, you reviewed More Dark. Was that this week?
That was this. It dropped this week. Yes, another Ratalaika game. Because I love taking them. That was an interesting platformer with barrel puzzle in them. So you had to have there were ledges that you had to kind of sometimes stack your barrels to climb up and over. It was all right. It got a bit samey after probably the 5th, 6th, 7th level. But it was okay. It was slightly enjoyable. I think I gave that. Was that a 6 point? Was it a 5 point something or a 6?
That was a 5.8.
5.8. Yeah. It's Ratalaika.
Standard fare.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they released quite a lot of games, didn't they? And some of them are really quite good, and some of them are average, and some are just language of love. So
it's a game a week, isn't it? They release, I believe. I've been told.
It's pretty rapid. It's not one a week. It's definitely one every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm surprised your thumbnail before or do I have to be flagged considering they're blinded?
This is true. That's probably more risque than the other one, isn't it?
I can't even remember which one I put on. I need to check it.
I saw. I was like, how is that one getting through?
Well, is hers not see-through? Negligee.
I don't know, but either way, it's still up. So, shh, don't tell anyone. All right, so we're sort of we've gone a lot longer, I think, than we intended so far.
Yeah.
So we'll just give us the old games of gold quickly, and then we'll wrap it up, Dan.
No worries. I need to scroll to that page because I've lost it. Right. Okay. So until the 31st of December, you have a Raven remaster. On the 16th of December until the 15th of January, you have Bleed 2. Saints Row Gat Out of Hell finishes on the 15th of December, so make sure you pick that up. And then Stacking will be live as of the 16th of December until the 31st. That's it.
So again, as we said last week, I think not the greatest list in the world, but 3 games we can do, eh? Something to play in, especially over Christmas. If you've not got much chance to pick anything else up, over the holiday period, it's some, there's some decent games. They're just not gonna wow you in a modern context as such. But yeah, happy days. Anything else you want? Or 7s or 3s, whatever. Anything else anyone wants to bring up quickly before we wrap it up? I think we're all done.
No, I'm all good, thank you.
All good.
Happy days. Well, it's been a pleasure again. I've enjoyed this. It's been a wonderful evening, and we'll continue on. We're gonna live stream some gaming after this, I think, aren't we? Bit of Rainbow or something.
I'm hoping, Rainbow Six. So
It's your brother, cousin, mother,
brother, cousin, auntie, uncle, nephew's
can't remember which
mother.
one you said.
All of the above.
Yeah. I believe he's going. I can hear people moving in my house, so I need to check that I haven't upset the wife. And the podcast will go down. The Twitch channel will go down for a sec, and then we'll shoot it back
We'll be
up.
back and you can check out our amazing skills at Rainbow Six, which you also haven't played for probably a year or 2 at this rate. So we'll be back with the Series X patch as well. So it should at least look nice when we're getting our ass handed to us over and over again. All right. So if you've made it this far, thank you very much for listening and tuning into the Twitch stream or watching the YouTube archive, or as I said, on podcast services around the globe. Please do follow us on Twitter at Xbox Tavern. Pop along to the website xboxtavern.com. YouTube channel Xbox Tavern Official, and we've got a few other bits and pieces in the works, but we'll get to that in the new year. You can follow me at ENXan, Graham at Graham Reaper, Dan at Chocolate Bear 80, and Ian at Nutty Ray. Pop along, say hello, tell us how wonderful Ian's jumper is, and we'll go. We'll go from there. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy your gaming, and speak to you soon.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Shoot for the moon.
Shoot for the moon.